Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Happy Hump Day, I should say. It's Wednesday night, and it is the final race of ALR in the month of October. We have got a 2-week break now, which includes Formula One and Formula Two. So next time we'll be racing will be in November, the month of November. Remember the month of November. So make the most of this one. Then we got 2 races tonight. Then to really whet your appetite, which is going to be a phenomenal race to end the month of October. Also, quickly as well, we have got some new liveries on the car as well, as Alex has just pointed out in the comment section as well. Woo, new liveries. And of course, let's go for the drivers of the team's championship. It's Troy who leads the way, 65 points. He didn't race last month, did he? Troy didn't, but so the gap has narrowed down in the driver standings. Toy Coin in second position. 181 points and 167 points for R2B. Vestia then 50 points away from the top 3 at the moment in 4th position. Kind of in no man's land. Well, he ain't in no man's land actually, because Cirrus Mushroom very close to the back of him, 5 points away. Then Gamer is dropped down into 6th now. Knowlesy in 7th position, 48 points behind Gamer. Then we got Farfru who's zoomed right up into 8th position. The driver's standards, and he's loving life in the Formula Woo cars. 3 points behind Farf is Kaidal. 7 points behind Kaidal is Jenner. 6 points behind Jenner is Percy. Martin, 5 points behind Percy. It is so close. Reflection, 6 points behind Martin. Moomin, 5 points behind Reflection. Sick as Buck, 1 point behind Moomin. Gordo and Vintage said, Gordo 7 points behind Sinkersburg, then Vintage 2 points behind, 7 points behind Sinkersburg, though behind Gordo, I should say. Camaro on 2 points, 0 points for Question T and Kaz as well. Teams Championship, hopefully I've got 14 seconds then. The Rolling Carling team then, the gap is down to 28 points, then Campos are flying at the moment, then Cirrus Musher and Toy Corner on a mission, aren't they? High Tech are in 3rd position, 89 points behind Campos, 117 behind the championship leaders. Dam's in 4th now. The ART team are in 5th with Virtuosi free falling down in 6th position since the loss of Young Lights. They've really struggled, haven't they? But they did win last time out in the sprint in Danforth. Fantastic race there by Movement. 7th position MP Motorsport. Charus 3 points away from the 100 point mark, but like you said, 68 then for the Prima team, and Trident on a 67. Again, another team that has really struggled since Lucifer has left the team as well. Where's my controller? There it is. So there's the standards. And, of course, in terms of pole position, then Toy Coin has had 6 pole positions. So if you get 2 points for qualifying on pole. Of course, pole position is only awarded to the man who wins qualifying, who finishes first in qualifying. Of course, you don't get a pole position stat if you start on pole in the sprint race. That's my way of thinking of it. We're just watching German then come out of the final turn then on board now. Then, of course, we got some new cars and on board of one of the new cars now, which is German in the Charus racing system. Is it still the Charus or is it now PHM? I'm going to call it Charus for the minute then, but I am wondering if it might actually be Charus, might actually be PHM now. But anyway, nonetheless, German down into 18th position at the moment. But yes, we've got the new Formula 2 cars, and I'm absolutely loving life out here tonight with the new Formula 2 machinery. And hopefully they've got the correct numbers on the car as well, because one thing annoyed me, we had 2 number 5s. We had 2 number 5s and 2 in the old Formula 2 machinery, didn't we? As they didn't have the correct cars. Toy Coin currently going for a 7th pole position in a row. Sorry, not in a row. 7th pole position of the season, and that is his 7th pole position of, where is it? 7 pole positions in 9 qualifiers, which is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? German down in 15th at the moment. It's Toy Corner leads with Kaidal in 2nd, Sick as Buck in 3rd, Troy the championship leader in 4th, Camaro superb in 5th position there with 6th. Well, Camaro and Troy are going side by side there. Kaidal's had a mess of the Ascari chicane, unfortunately. Yes, he's dropped all the way down the order, Kaidal is. He's currently on pole position though. Well, he was on pole position for the sprint, which might be Knowlesy now. German there trying to make a late charge mode, but it's still Toy Coin with Sick as Buck on row 1 then. Out of the final turn, out of the parabolic, and I think it's Toy Coin once again. 7 pole positions in 9 qualifying attempts, and pole position once again for Toy Coin. Really good stuff. Needing Kaidal, who was very much fighting in second position for majority of the way, dropping all the way down, unfortunately, into 10th position. He'll be on pole position now for the start of this sprint race. Serious Russian then probably the worst position because of because he's 11th there, and that means he will be 11th for both the sprint and the feature race as well, along with Smithy, Gurman, Knowlesy, and Coe. As you can see, we just got a car that's just torn off here at the moment. And Luke, I've made a special helmet for tonight. Luke is saying, and of course, Luke was going to Australia, but I think he's going on the weekend, isn't he? So this was his final race tonight for ALR for the time being, anyway. Before he gets back into the yeah. So it's PHM now rather than the Charus system, Charus racing system. So we better update our records on that one, I think now. But as there is the grid, then hello to you, Kaz, as well. Toy Coin pole position then for the 7th time this season. Magnificent with 6 Mark alongside him on row 1, then Troy, the championship leader, in 3rd. Of course, Troy's got 65 point lead in the World Championship at the moment. There, sorry, the Formula 2 Championship. Kaidal will start on the pole, will start first then for the sprint with Martin alongside him on row 1. Farf in the top 10 as well. So Farf is quite quick in these Formula 2 machines. So look to see where Farf could do, what Farf could do here on today. Then. Hi Sean, hope you're well again, and I'm not looking confident for a win tonight. I'm not going to lie. That of course, moving who won brilliantly last time we was sprinting in F2, of course in Zandvoort. And at the moment there's beautiful sunshine here in Monza, there, which most of the F2 races this season, I feel that we've had a lot of races that has been affected by wet weather. Majority of the sprints, I believe, isn't there? Of course, moving took advantage of the strategical call spectacularly last week, I should say, in a really fine battle indeed. While someone in that F2 garage is thinking about putting on the wet tyres, because you've seen that we had a mark of blue tyres, medium tyres, and it looks like they're out in the garages and for all the F2 machinery as well before we get going in for this one then, and it is a formation lap first, and there are the tyres, all medium compound tyres then, as we go down into turn 1, and this is a good opportunity to have a look at these new F2 machineries, and look at that, and we've actually got a Prima coloured car on the grid. That's what I like to see. Look at that, beautiful. And well, I've still got 2 number 7s unfortunately, but I think that we have got number 7 of Kaz there, and number 7 of Vessi, so yeah, still still the same number of cars there, unfortunately. But it's great to see Oliver Behrman on the game. Then, isn't there? Maybe a major future talent potential. I think he's a Ferrari Academy driver, isn't he? But Oliver Behrman is. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. Let's go for the grid. Kaidal, who was 10th in the qualifying, so starts first for tonight's sprint race. And Kaidal in the beautiful liveried Prima car instead of the Red Bull livery. I'm sure it's a lovely livery, Red Bull, but oh dear, Martin is in the Red Bull livery. In the Dams car, having issues there. He is recovering now, but he is going to start second still. Farf in at 3rd position there. As I mentioned already, Farf who's looking quite strong there. Of course, he has got the the ART, which is actually liveried by the Alfa Romeo, isn't it? There for Farf. So a new look livery there for Farf. The second Dams then, of course, is R2 Beat. Then, of course, Dams there with their traditional livery there. In 5th position is Luke in the high-tech car. Here he is then, of course, Super Sun's in the second high-tech car, which has also got a Red Bull livery on as well. And so, unfortunately, if anyone liked the liveries of the high-techs, that is not going to happen for the rest of the season. We have got Camera Racer in 7th position, Troy in the Carling, in 8th position, and the championship leader. 9th position is Sick as Muck. Then with 10th position is Toy Coin in the Campos. With 11th Serious Mush. Then of course Campos says I think they had memes last year, didn't they, as a livery. 12th position Smithy Almighty, another Red Bull livery car. 13th position Knowlesy in the Fittipaldi Carling car. 14th position is the MP Motorsport then. 15th is Vintage there in the Trident. 16th, oh look at that, I love that there from Virtuosi. 16th and 17th there for the Virtuosis of Jinnah and Moomin. Gurman in 18th position, was following him in qualifying. 19th is Kaz. 19 cars on the grid. We've lost Cruster T, who has gone MIA, unfortunately. 2 Virtuosis Masterclass incoming then. As we now line up on the grid now, preparing ourselves for the start of the Italian sprint race here tonight then. 2023 liveries then. Is it going to be the same excitement as we normally see? It's lights out and it's go. It's a terrible start from Martin. Farf has already got alongside the pole sitter here and he's going to be first into turn 1, is he? I can't see. No, I can't. Farf size up the inside then. Smithfield Monty is back in the session then, but it's far through leads then. We've kind of dropped down into second and Farf leads the way then. Yellow flags in the back there. Jinnah's lost a lot of the end plate there in the Virtuosi car. That's not good. Farf is on a mega lap in mega start and go for his first ever win in Formula 2 machinery then, but going up to the Dalia Roger chicane now, but it's Farf leads. Luke is up 2 positions then. Vessier, Troy is no less than Troy then, but we've had all kinds of shenanigans here then, and because of course it's very tight, the Dalia Roger chicane there, down into, look, Camera Racer once again involved in shenanigans there, and off the circuit. Camera Racer, he's probably one of the most unluckiest drivers on the field at this moment in time in ALR, dropping down into 19th and Farf leads by 7/10 of a second already. We're going to have a slipstream fest here tonight then. Remember that DRS have been able at the end of the second lap then. Gurman up into 13th at 5 position for Gurman. Down 5 is Martin. He just didn't get off the grid at all, did he, Martin? Didn't? Smithy Almighty, I think, is back in his car. He is indeed then. Up into 16th as well. Farf is already a second in front then, but here comes Luke then. Look left. There is Luke then up into second position now. Then Karen kind of trying to go back up and under. He is trying to go back up and under and into the Parabolica or the Michele Alvaretto turn then, depending on how you would like to play it here. Troy up into 4th. Beat down into 5th. Vessier in 6th position. Sick as Mark is down all the way down the back of the field. He's got a 5-second penalty as well. We got 3 abreast then going down into turn 1 here. And it is the and who is that? That's going to be up the inside. Who is that? That's Vessier, who's got a 3-place grid penalty for cutting the corner. I think he was trying to take evasive action, to be honest, to Vessier, because I think he outbraked himself, didn't he? Dropping down the order then, goodness me, dropping right down Sirius Mushroom, who is now up into 6th position. Then Martin dropping back down into 7th. Martin is trying to stay at the ship ever so slightly, and Troy on the all over the back now of R2B. He has got past R2B. Gap between these gaggle of cars in the top 3 is 2.5 seconds already in this one. Magnificent. Good driving up and down the order. Gurman getting past Nosey Head, who is now in 11th position. Nosey is in the second karting car. Or is it the Rodin karting car now, isn't it? I think they were Rodin before, weren't they? Or was it Rodin? I don't know. I'll ask after this race. And shocking stuff indeed. And there's Farf, who's not shocking at all. Look at that. Fantastic. Serenely, as you like that. In the Tayo Porchar car, the man who's leading the championship in Formula 2 with just 1 round to go. Well, Farf is not leading the Formula 2 championship at this stage at the moment there, but he is going for his first Formula 2 race win in either category of race, or is the sprint or the feature. Reflections out trying to slipstream Gurman at the moment. The top 8 scores in the sprint. Of course, the feature race, it's the top 10. You still get a point for fastest lap. Whoa, Gurman there almost losing the car, and now Knowlesy is going to very much be all over his heels now. DRS is available then. Here comes Knowlesy then, and this is going to be a drag race down into the first chicane. Here is Knowlesy now then, of course, as we're on board the 50-pounding car once again. At the inside, takes a position there. Reflections is going to try and hang it out here, but I think that Knowlesy may have the advantage. He does, but well, he does ever so slightly. There's no toys on these Formula 2 cars, a bit more pure than the old Formula 1 machines, isn't they? So there's no ERS deployment here, so it's all about pure racing and into the Dalia Roger chicane once again. Reflections down into 11th position. Toy Coin, of course, one of the driver who's second the world champion in the Formula 2 championship at the moment there. And Reflections back out Knowles, and then goodness me, Reflections not giving this one up, is he? Look at that, and who's that? Vessier through as well. now. And Vesser up the inside, then he came out of nowhere. And even Nosey then have gone side by side through the second Lesmo here. And now we have got more wheel-to-wheel racing. There's going to be three abreast and flying past me here as they go up into the Ascaris again. And there's also three abreast in the background as well. And as look at that, Toy Coin has survived. Then Nosey has dropped down 2 positions in that instance there. And look at this, Vesser all over the back of Reflections outside. Needs to get a move on in this race. And he does indeed then, and he is up into 10th position. Is he? Where is he? No, Reflections there. Not giving up for this one, is he? Has he gone in deep then? Yes, he has then. So Vesser goes up and under. Cool as you like there from Vesser then, who won yesterday, didn't he? Troy set the fast up the race and is all over the back now. Kai down, going to elevate himself up the third. He has indeed. Troy is now back up into 3rd position. We're just watching this action here between Reflections and Vesser. That's 4 out of 11. These races are going to fly by here tonight then. It is quite a quick circuit down into turn 1. And going over the curb then, look, it's Toy Coin now, still trying to fend off Nosey here at the moment. Nosey is going to try and going up and under there in the curb of Grande, and that is Smithy and Jenner in the background as well, getting very close together as well. Action galore all over this circuit. Serious Mushroom into 5th position. R2B though is keeping in company with Martin and Moomin at 7th, 6th, 7th and 8th, and German just outside the points of 9th, and Investor in 10th position now. We are watching the battle between Toy Coin and Nosey for 12th and 13th position. 2 drivers then who have both drivers who have one driver has won in gold, one driver hasn't. There Nosey a 3-time Grand Prix winner. Vessier's got a 3-second penalty. That's good. That's not good at all. That is appalling luck there from Vesser. Serious Mushroom there is going to not be able to defend that one, I don't think. Or is he? Goodness me, Serious Mushroom almost put me in my place there. Unfortunately, R2B, and there's a collision between Martin and Moomin, and that's allowed Gurman to get past. Martin down into 8th, and Moomin down into 9th, and the second Virtuosi car. And that was lucky that wasn't a bigger incident there, but Gurman is going to say thank you very much, and he's up 3 positions already, Gurman is. Lovely, jubbly indeed. Read the comments, shall we? Or do I dare read the comments? Ted Tango, even Sean, definitely not Ted Tango tonight. Then knowing about F2 as well as F1 is beyond my pay grade. I'll be working on it for next season. There's being late on the brakes, and then there's being late on the brakes. I have a feeling that might have been the the action down to turn 1 a few laps ago. I'd say a few laps ago. It's probably like 2 or 3 laps ago now. To be fair, these little laps are absolutely flying by at the moment, aren't they? But at this moment in time, and hopefully I'll have a bit of a lot. Six Monkeys got a fast up run then, so good some deep there for Six Monkeys. We go down into the Dahlia Roger Chicane. Moving there, getting a bit squirrely on the old rear there, and now Vesser is going to be very interested as well. He's got a 3-second penalty though, Vesser has there, which may come back to bite him. And I do struggle to see how Vesser is going to get points from here on in. However, there is always going to be action in Formula 2 racing. Gap at the front is 4 seconds there. Troy, unbeknownst to me, has now made his way up into 2nd position. Halfway through this race now, Farf leads, going for his first ever Formula 2 race for Troy in 2nd position. 3rd is Luke, 4th is Kaidal, 5th is Serious Mushroom, R2B 6, German is 7th, 8th position is Martin, and here they come then. Goodness gracious me, that's a penalty for Reflections as well, unfortunately. Reflections in the MP Motorsport, 11th now. So Gurman has got Serious Mushroom and R2B in his sights, and once Moomin has got Martin in his sights, and these two was very cozy with each other in Ascari. However, now then they will have DRS over the grid hatch as well. I don't think DRS is as powerful as in Formula 1, is it? We got wheel-to-wheel stuff now then between Moomin and Martin. And look at this, it's Kaidal's back up in the 3rd, then no, he's back down to 4th, and Luke and Kaidal are fighting. As I'm going to have to break off here, because look at these two, very close indeed, but I think Luke has got the job done. He has got the job done, but Kaidal is having none of it then, and he's trying to come back at him now. Then he's going to go on the outside to the Dahlia Roger Chicane, and he's breaking so much later. And look at, I think Farf is absolutely flying out there. I don't think he is. He is flying up there. And on the outside goes Martin to Dahlia Roger Chicane. There's going to be contact. There is contact there. And I'm wondering if Martin should have backed off there slightly, potentially. Vesser, I think, is off the circuit as well. As dropping down into 12th position. Vesser is a Toy Coin on the outside there. The man who's 2nd in the championship, the one there, unfortunately dropped down into, unfortunately 11th position now, but struggling in these sprint races at the moment now. I think that this is the sprint races which may have let Toy Coin down in his challenge for the championship. However, I haven't said that. Toy Coin there is, I think the Toy Coin there didn't start the season. To be fair to Troy, though, I think Troy's raced 10 times this season as well, with Toy Coin racing 9 times. However, we've now got more action there, as Kaidal and Luke are still fighting tooth and nail then for that final podium spot in this sprint race. So the podium is still a podium, isn't it? On the outside it goes Knowlesy, Reflection dropping down in 10th position. Knowlesy off the circuit then. Knowlesy is now on the circuit. We are going to have a drag race once again. Luke once again, Luke and Kaidal once again fighting, and look at this, we're going to have 4 cars here. We're going to have 4 cars. Oh gosh, did Knowlesy being forced off the circuit there, and down the inside they come then, goodness me. And Vestier siving it up the inside, taking the position. And who's that? Jinner's off the circuit there. Damn it. I think that who's that? Knowlesy almost having a spin there. And Jinner, sorry, it's Toy Coin who's out in 11th position. My goodness gracious me. And now we got German, and oh, that's contact there between R2B and German there. Very feisty then between those 2 drivers, but luckily they've got through. German now a second and a half behind Serious Motion. Troy has taken a couple of tenths out of Farf now. However, it is still, and goodness me, R2B almost into the rear diffuser of the German camera racers at the fast on race. You get that point still for fastest lap. We're on board the R for Leclerc car of R2B then, who's now going to go on the outside. Luke has got a 3-second penalty. That is going to be costly and could cost him a podium position here tonight, unfortunately. My word. And look, R2B has had a great run out of Ascari, but German is having none of it then, as he's shown him to the outside into the Parabolica now. And so German cuts across R2B then. R2B will have DRS, but DRS I don't think is as powerful as it is in Formula 1 where we raced here a week ago. Out of the Parabolica now then, but how can I say it's not as powerful? Then I just ask these drivers. Kaidal, of course, just sit in full position and get that third position now. Just needs to stay within 3 seconds, please. Having none of it there. He's a racer up the inside, somehow slows the Prima down. R2B also getting past German, and through he goes and Toy Coin, and look at this gaggle of 4 cars here between Reflections, Toy Coin, and Vestier, getting very close to these each other, aren't they? My word, then, as Knowlesy there almost, well, I think Knowlesy exploring the outside part of the circuit. Vestier now over the Curva Grande. Then this is a battle, but not for points, unfortunately. At the moment, Toy Coin now has got no penalties, which means he is going to elevate himself up into 9th position there. But I don't think that's going to help him out too much, because there'll be no points there. In the background now, there's Kaz and Jinner, who are having a good scrap here. Now Smithy Almighty on the outside of Jinner. Jinner's got major damage onto that Virtuosi. He is not, but that's not determined at all. That. So Jinner now on the inside, the former bronze champion, from last season, and they're both in the wall. And going on the outside into the Lesmo there. Unfortunately, issues there for both drivers. I think the Jinner's already had damage anyway, but I think that's all but sealed Smithy's race as well. The Reflections there, goodness me, taking a very wide line out of Ascari there, as he is determined to keep Vestier back at the moment. On board with Vestier, last night's race winner in Singapore. He's had a busy week in ALR. Vestier has it down into the Parabolica in P11 at the moment. And Knowlesy there just sitting back in at 12th position. But as I said, that no points yet. Luke is now back in DRS, and looks like this. If you don't break the DRS, you're going to be struggling, aren't you? But here comes German getting back past R2B. German breaking a bit later than R2B, but that's because he had the inside. He had the track position now. Lap 9, gap is 3.3 at the front then between Farf and Troy. Remember, Farf has now won a race in Formula 2 before, so we're going to have 2 debutant winners potentially in the last 2 sprint races. My golly gosh, good stuff indeed. Through Curva Grande again, then this has been the action, hasn't it, on the circuit between 9th, 10th and 11th. However, Toy Coin is now going to try and sprint away, but they do have Moomin just in front of us here. Moomin's lost a couple of seconds there in the Virtuosi car. I like that. I do like the look of that Virtuosi. I'm loving that. Fantastic. Just knew he was going to understeer into him then. Ted Tango was saying in the action at the second lesson, unfortunately, between Smithy and Jinner. very difficult to go side by side through the two Lesmos, isn't it? Especially in these Formula 2 cars. Unfortunately, that was a bit too risky for us. Smith Almighty down into 17th, and Ginner down into 16th, and so a bad day in the office for both those drivers there. Knowlesy, who is looking very interesting to the back of Vestier. Vestier going off the circuit ever so slightly. I'm not sure if that's a track extension. Of course, if you get a couple of track extensions, you'll get a 3-second penalty, which we have 5 drivers already has got 3-second penalties. Then Sigismund, Ginner, Vestier, Reflections, and Luke as well, which is not good for Luke. I think that Luke's struggling on his tyres because here comes Cirrus Mushroom now. But then again, maybe I'm selling Mushroom a bit too short because Mushroom has actually got to the back of these two quite quickly. And looking for a podium for Cirrus Mushroom. He's already had a podium already in Formula 2. I'm sure he had a podium in the sprint and the feature race. Reflections there and Toy Coin now as once again these two cannot separate these two at all, can they? Fantastic racing. But Toy Coin now in 9th position and Reflections is 10th for Vessier and 11th at the moment now, but they just can't get rid of each other, can they? This is the Powerhouse bit of a DRS train, so to speak, in this one, hasn't it? My goodness me, that has been the that seems to have been the MO of the day, hasn't it? Really, of just trying to get out of the slipstreams. Then on board with Vester once again, who has a 6-second penalty, which I think has all but ended his chances of getting some points. Then Cirrus Mushroom going on the inside of Luke. Then, but Cirrus Mushroom backs off and into the Ascari chicane. He does know that Cirrus Mushroom knows that he does not need to overtake Luke, because Luke has a 3-second penalty which should be added on to the end of his race time. So Cirrus Mushroom could just sit back and, well, not relax, but could just sit back to just follow Luke home here. Vestia, unfortunately, that's all but finished his hopes of getting any points here tonight then, unless we have a very odd final lap or two here. We are on the final lap now, far on course to get his first ever Formula 2 race win here in the sprint race, and he's got a 3.2 second gap over Troy, who have finished second today. But once again, Troy showing sprint all feature. He's a very formidable competitor in Formula 2. Cirrus Mushroom up the inside takes 4th position now. Luke at the moment is dropping down behind Gurman. He should stay in front of RTB then, who is struggling for pace now. RTB is back down into the big braking zone of turn 1, but there's no position changes this time around then. Here's Farfan, and what a performance there from Farfan. A brilliant start from the I think it was third position, wasn't it? Took off the grid fantastically well, and then has really took the lead, and he has stayed there. He has just judged the pace to absolute perfection now. And Farfar is going to be enjoying these next couple of turns around Monza. And what a way to start off here tonight. Reflections and Vessier. Goodness me, this could be a carbon copy of earlier on then. Reflections is ducked out of that one. Down in 11th position now is Reflections. Luke is still at the back of Cirrus Mushroom, but of course Luke does have a penalty. Looking to see where Luke will finish. At the moment he'll still be 6th, which isn't bad actually. I thought it would be a lot worse than that. Reflections and Vessier once again scrapping away. Goodness gracious me, having an incredible battle. Here's Farf out of the final turn, and Farf is going to win his first race of his Formula 2 career. He wins the sprint race in absolute incredible fashion there. Flew off the grid brilliantly, and R2 beat and Moomin here. R2 beat has got no pace all of a sudden, has he? He's going to just be able to hold on to that. Then Luke Dom done 6, and R2 beat was absolutely, look how I think his tyres were gone there. And dropping down into 7th position, or just about anyway. Look at those Knowlesy toy coin Reflections there. Very much was not separated. And Vessier as well. They was together all through the race there. But Farf, his first race win in the Formula 2 here in Monza, took the lead almost right from the start of the race and from then on controlled the pace. Troy finished second today and Kite out with a superb podium, his second podium of the season, and his second podium in a sprint race as well after Monaco. So very good stuff indeed there for Kaidao. Cirrus Mushroom in 4th with 5th Gurman, Luke 6th, RTB just about finished 7th position there, with Moomin getting that final point in 8th position there as well. Moving on to that as a point, it is indeed. Then of course first, of course if you get first there you get 10 points, if you get 8th you get 1 point. The old school Formula 1 points back in the day as well then. So very good stuff indeed. unfortunately for Crusher T, unfortunately for Crusher T, he slept through his alarm, which is a shame now for Crusher T. That's why he's not been able to take the start. Farfair lost the trophy above his head there, as there's a polite collapse, then from the ART team. But here's the final classification then from the sprint. Farf won that race there, maximum 10 points there. Troy got 9 points for the fast lap, as well as second position there. Kydal is second podium of the season, and his second podium of the sprint as well. Serge Merson once again showing very much doing a very good job in the sprint there. I think the Campbell's got a good solid team there, with Serge Merson doing well in the sprints, and Toy Coyne doing well in the feature, but maybe I'm selling Serge Merson a bit short there. German in fifth from 18th on the grid driver of the day, but he has to go and do that all over again, because he'll start 18th again in the upcoming feature race. Sixth is Luke, then he got a 3-second penalty, which cost him a couple positions there. R2B, Tars absolutely was nowhere in the end then, with Movement getting the final point in 8th position as well. From 17th. Toy Coyne in 9th, 10th is Nosey with Reflection in 11th, and Vestia completing that quartet of epic battles there. For 12th position, Kaz, 13th Martin, Vintage in 14th, Vestia 15th, Jenner 16th, Mushroom, Smithy Almighty 17th, Sickers Monk 18th, and Camera Racer completes the grid in 19th position. And no retirements in that one there, as it all looked clean as a whistle, majoritarily anyway. Now we roll on into the feature race as well, and like that, as I'm good. Oh, it's looking very dull out there, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, is there rain afoot for this feature race? Well, at the moment, everyone, I think, is starting on the Purple Mark Ultra Soft Tires by the looks of what we're seeing in the pit lane there. We'll find out now. As I just had a drink of my squash, and I didn't realise how cold it was. And oh my word, I'm gonna have to get the old Sensodyne out, I think, tomorrow. Good gracious me. Anyway, what am I doing? Of course, there is no ALR next week or the week after. Then I'm not sure what we're going to do with ourselves, to be honest. Goodness gracious me. However, though, of course, keep an eye on the social medias and all that kind of stuff, and ALR will still be doing something along those lines, probably then. Maybe we'll have some shorts coming out, then maybe some old school. Is that track looking greasy to me? I reckon that track's a bit wet, you know, as we got a mixture of softs and medium tires, and so the ultra softs are not even here. So soft tires for Toy Coyne, for Camaro, for Luke, for Kydal, Cirrus, Mushroom, Smithy, Almighty, Reflections, Vintage, and Movement. Everyone else onto the medium compound tires. Let's go for the grid. So Toy Coyne in 7th pole position in 9 qualifying attempts. So he's certainly a pole position master, getting his first pole position of his career on Sunday in Singapore as well for gold. Then I think that's the first of many for Toy Coyne. And of course, only his 5th race in his ALR Gold career, magnificent. But tonight then this is his 9th Formula 2 start. I'm not sure. I can't decide if that track is greasy or not. It does look a bit wet in some places. Another place it looks all right. I think I might just be seeing things, you know. But we'll soon find out then how difficult this track is going to be. Completely different track conditions though, so it's going to be it's a lot cooler than it was in the sprint just a moment or two ago, which means that the drivers have got to adapt then. Anyway, it is Toy Coyne fastest then. On pole position with Sick as Muck alongside him on row 1. Then we got Troye in 3rd with Camaro in 4th, going very wide there. Vesser in 5th. Luke in 6th position with that special crash helmet for one more race in ALR before you go venture off to Australia. R2B in 7th, and Farf, our latest race winner in Formula 2, is in 8th position there. Camera Racer has been disqualified. I'm not surprised by that, because I mean, it's a bit wayward in the second and 2 Lesmos. Martin in 9th position, Kai down 10th. Remember, it's the top 10 that scores this time around. Serious Mushroom battling drive to full end. Can he do it again in the sprint? In the feature, I say then. Smithy Almighty, difficult race in the sprint. Let's see how it goes in the feature. Snowsy in 13th position now with Reflections in 14th. Nosy is the meat in that MP Motorsport sandwich. Vintage in 15th with Jinner in 16th. Moomin is 17th. German has got to do it all over again, this time from 18th, and this time he's got 15 more laps. An extra 4 laps then for German. However, it's going to be pit stops. Toy Coyne, and let's see how he gets away. Then he will be on the soft tyre, whilst all the drivers around him, then apart from Camaro, is on the medium tires. An interesting strategy there. Let's see how this one goes. A bit easier for the drivers. A bit easier to see for the drivers. Luckily, Tango is saying that because it's a bit more of a dull race today, isn't it? Not a dull race in terms of action. I mean, dull race in terms of the weather conditions out there. As you can see, then Sigma. Then, of course, if you just join us, is the new Formula 2 liveries. Liveries, and you can see them. So we've got the 2023 liveries now. As you can see that Charouz Racing System, now known as PHM Racing. Then, so they're technically the same team, just with a new name. Then, as the lights are on, I'm sure of it. But we got a lovely shot here. We got the red lights are on, 5 are on, Illis lights out, and it's go here in Monza. And Toy Coin there with a lot of wheel spin, and I think that Troy now is already up. He's already up in the second, already getting past Sigismund there, and he's going to be challenging the race lead. They're down in someone now, voicing contact. Sigismund there, sending down the inside. Someone's gone right off the circuit there. I'm not sure. That's Martin off the circuit. He's got to be careful, if he's going to get a major penalty here. Martin has completely missed turn 1 there and dropping down the order, unfortunately. But goodness gracious me, I think that that was quite a lunge there. Troy was having to challenge him for the lead there, but Sigismund there very late on the brakes into turn 1 there, and Troy had to get out of it, and it's dropped down a position. And with Luke up 3 positions, Luke up 3 positions, Farf up 3 positions as well, 5 positions for Moomin, 4 positions for Gurman, and Martin down 10, unfortunately, after missing turn 1 by quite a number of meters, to be honest. Farf now all over the back of Troy. These two who were battling for the lead in the sprint then. However, it's a bit more of a clean slate this time around. Then Kaidal is all over the back of Camero, who's down 4 positions there. I wonder if that is because he wasn't able to get his tyres up to temperature after the formation lap then, due to getting the issues and parking on the line then. And now Luke is very much swamped then, isn't he? I do feel that the track is a bit damp there, isn't it, down this back straight. As look at this, and look at all these cars here. We've got Luke, Troy, Farf and Vest here all over the back of each other. Look at Toy Coiner, he's going to be loving that. Reflectors off the circuit into the parabolica. Reflectors off the circuit. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, because here comes Farf, here comes Troy. Troy is going to defend the inside then with we got Luke, and I think it's Sigismund in there as well. There's Sigismund then. Farf on the outside now of a wind behind his belt now. And I was waiting for someone to tie up the inside of Farf there. Luckily for Farf, Vestia was too far back then. There is the recovery reflections in the background there after a spin at the final corner. Luke all over the back now as we go into the Data Roger chicane. Now, there's Toy Coin serenely leading this race at the moment. When it's all action back here now with Sigismund, Luke, Troy and Farf all over each other's gearbox at the moment into the first Lesmo here. Look at these queue of cars. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap now, and then it's going to get very interesting indeed. Farf is dropping off the back here, which is beautiful for Troy and Luke here. Now, well, it isn't for Luke actually, because he's had a bit of a squirrel on the exit of the Lesmo, and now here comes Troy, the world champion from ALR. The man who's leading the Formula 2 Championship, and then all over the back of the Red Bull livery car. Troy looking this way and that way, but Luke is keeping his line straight and true into the Ascari chicane. And now, though, whilst all that darting around there, has Troy then. I'm wondering if those soft tyres have gone off already, because Luke is struggling. Here's Farf as well, and Luke and Farf is going to stick to where Troy's line is, and Luke is going to keep up the inside. Then he is, and Luke there is forcing Troy off the circuit, as I think he went a bit too deep there, and now it's Farf who's now alongside Troy. Contact, and goodness gracious me, I think that was Luke there making contact there with Troy, which I'm not sure if he had a squirrel or whatnot, but that was very late to get on the power and have a wobbly. Oh my word there. So he's getting a bit feisty here, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. As Luke and Troy then was probably not too happy. And we have got action down the back of the field. Then what has happened to Gurman right off the circuit? Gurman's got a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Smithy Almighty. Smithy Almighty's actually got the 5-second penalty, not Gurman. So Smithy, I think, has misjudged his braking point and gone to the back, unfortunately, which is not good at all there. Gurman's back all the way back down to where he started in 18th position and back at this battle here. And Toy Coin has got almost just for a 3.5 second lead. Jenner has passed Swift and White. Oh, they've swapped positions once again. I cannot take my eyes off this battle here, which is Sick as Muck leading it at the moment there, but he is losing hand over fist now over the Toy Coin, who is absolutely romping away in this race at the moment now. Down into the Ascara chicane now. Far all over the back of Farf all over the back of Troy then, as Troy then has had a good run once again then, and we got very frosty between these two last time out in the Parabolica, and then down the start finish straight. Yellow flag Knowlesy is off the circuit in the Ascara chicane then, and Troy trying to go on the outside then. Luke is having none of it then, and this time then once again this time Luke gives him a bit more room there. Kaidal is now past Camera Racer as well. Not sure what's happened to Knowlesy, but he's right down the back of the field. Troy now up through. Is he? He is through. Then here comes Farf as well on the going in the middle then, and look, Sick as Muck there is also in the vicinity. Luke is back up in contact there. Luke is hit Sick as Muck, and Sick as Muck there, an innocent bystander there. And who is that? Kaidal off the circuit as well. We had a very serene race in the sprint, but in the feature, it's been a bit hair and scared. Look at who's having to take Martin in Vintage on to take a base of action as a recovering Prima, and now Troy's past Luke and up into second position, or is he? As they are swapping positions, Troy takes second position now. Oh goodness gracious me! Tango, sensational racing. Who needs F1? It was very good racing. Unfortunately, up until turn 1 there, so I've read that at the wrong time, I think, from Tango's point of view. But unfortunately for Luke, tag in the back of Sick as Muck. Sick as Muck was an innocent bystander there. He was just looking into turn 1 and probably got quite surprised by that tag, unfortunately for Luke there. But Luke dropping down the order now. I think that I'm wondering that if as Moomin now up into 7th position, that passes Camaro. Moomin driving superbly well through the field, up 10 positions now. Moomin is once again Moomin showing that he has got some good pace in that under that foot then in that Virtuosi car. Here comes Vessier now in 5th position. What's happened? Kaidal off the circuit then, and terrible lap for Kaidal then, trying to recover. Unfortunately, Kaidal now right at the back of the field. Gap is 6 seconds now. Farf and Troy are resuming their battle between these two, then going into turn 1 now. Here comes Farf, and on the outside then, Troy's got up the inside, Farf on the outside. Farf has got it, he's got up the inside there, but Troy's got up the momentum, and my word there, and getting very cozy in turn 1 there, but Farf has the position. Troy has the position. Farf trying to go back up and under on the outside to the Daniel Rogers chicane, now banging wheels then through Kerber Grande then, as now Troy takes a position. Farf still in 3rd position. He is all over the back of Troy at the moment. Troy is struggling, whilst Toy Coin has got the gap up to 7 seconds now. Troy is really struggling out there, isn't he? My goodness me, as Vintage has now lost the position to Cats up to 14th. I cannot take my eyes off of this incredible battle. Look at these cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars I see in this queue. In the Troy A train at the moment. There is Troy A, and here's Farf, here's Vessier, here's Luke, and here's R2B. Goodness gracious me, and Farf is going for it. He needs to make this move. Is critical up the inside into the Sky, and he is through up into second position. Can Troy though get the DRS back over the start-finish straight, and repay the favour from Farf, and Farf, who of course no errors on these cars, and serious motion past Sick as Muck up into 9th position now, then on soft tires, and when the soft runner is going to come in the pits, and the pit window is now open, so I think we'll see drivers coming to the pits in the next lap or two and go for a monumental undercut. Remember, there is no tyre blankets in Formula 2, so you have to get the heat in the tyres yourself. And here's Troy though, he is back on the outside. He takes that position there as Farf is going to put it on the inside there. Troy just about, and Vessier also getting keen as well. Look at those Red Bull cars, goodness gracious me. And look at R2 Beat here, R2 Beat, oh my word, there is Luke slamming the door shut on the toes there of the Dams driver, and R2 Beat is not going to be too happy with proceedings there. Farf having another go though into the Daniel Rogers chicane. No dice at the moment. Look at this. So these battling 5 drivers has now let Moomin into the DRS detection zone, and this is going to get very interesting indeed. They're Moomin having a sniff into the first Lesmo. No dice at the moment there for the Dams driver once again. Gap is up to 8 seconds now, 8.2 seconds. Toy Coin is absolutely flying away in this one at the moment. Impressive stuff indeed there for Toy Coin. So it looks like the soft tires, are they still going? Are they still in a good operating window? Or is it these drivers and they're fighting so hard between each other and they're letting Toy Coin just fly off into the distance here tonight? Well, I'm not really sure how to answer that one, to be fair. But my goodness me. Incredible racing then. Very good indeed, and still 19 drivers left in this race. There has been some bruising, there has been some bumps here, but all fine so far. Moving now into 6th position with R2 Beats there trying to stick on the inside. Then Moomin, who is very much just about keeping it, keeping up the inside. Then I've lost the car. There they are, and we've also got Farf into the pits. Comes who's that? That was Camero. He's got a 5-second penalty. That is not ideal. Farf is wheel to wheel with Troy. He has passed Troy to 2nd position now, and the gap is still 8 seconds then as we got now Moomin passes and Reflections, both Reflections and Camera kicking themselves to speed in the pit lane. So their undercut strategy is going to be all but doom and gloom now. Unfortunately, Kaitao a free time, all 3 pit stoppers who have come into the pits have all got 5-second penalties. That is crucial in their advance in this race. At 8.4, the gap is now between the 1st, 2nd, and these drivers here. Goodness me, Movement's out of DRS range, and Sick as much they're bumping across the curb, and Serious Mushroom there is going to use those soft tires, the purchase of the soft tires and the momentum as well to get past Sick as much. And up into 9th position there, but Sick as much there, strong drive, and even though he did get a bit of a pirouette there, I see Max Verstappen has finally tried F2. Toy Coin romping away at the moment. He really is, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. Toy Coin is romping away. I'm trying to determine if it's Toy Coin's tires, if it's Toy Coin, or if it's these drivers having an almighty scrap. Then Sick as Mutt passes Mushroom back up into 8th position now. I can't decide, to be honest there, but the gap is 8.3 seconds. Toy Coin is out, but Toy Coin's also got to remember when he does come into the pits, he is going to, when he does come to the pits, is where is he going to come out then? He stays out again, Toy Coin has, and we're half distance in this race now. Toy Coin is staying on these soft tires for as long as possible here. Serious Mushroom all over the back of Sick as Muck as we now got a queue. Luke Moomin. Oh no, they've all sped coming into the pit lane here. That's majority of the drivers that have got 5-second penalties. And that is not ideal at all. Look at that then. And we got another in cars then as well. All drivers are all getting 5-second penalties. Look at those 5 seconds there. 1, 2, that's 7 drivers that have come to the pits and have got a 5-second penalty. That is not ideal at all. That is going to cost them, I think, in this race. Sick as Muck then, dropping down the order ever so slightly. Oh, he's in the pits, that's why. Sick as Muck, R2B, Serious Mushroom, and Vintage all was able to adhere to the Delta. Sorry, not the Delta, the pit lane speed limit, 350 speed. I'm absolutely popping it down outside the window. I think the, what is it, Storm Agatha? Or is it Agatha? Storm Agatha? I'm not sure, but whatever. She is here, isn't she? Lashing down outside my window. However, luckily, I'm all cozy watching F2 here in ALR. Unfortunately, for next week, though, I'm not sure what I'm going to do myself. I might have to, this movement, trying to warm up those tires there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the 2-week Halloween break there. But I suppose, because it is Halloween, I won't be allowed outside without my mask on there. Watching Knowlesy then, who is now on the gearbox of Martin, who was quite high up the order. I think he was in the top 10, but turn 1, real bad misstep in turn 1 has cost him now. Toy Coin, oh, it's Troy then, a snap of over there. Pit, I think that Toy Coin is in the pits. He is now into the pits as far. Troy has stayed out here. Oh, interesting strategy then, but I can't believe that Toy Coin has stayed out as long as some of the medium runners there, and they have indeed then. We're going to keep an eye on the tyre strategy now that Toy Coin then going into the pits, medium tyres then. Where is he coming out now? Jinner's got a 5-second penalty. Goodness gracious me, that's 8 drivers that are spending the pits in this race, and also in the pits now is Vessier going on to, well, those have had him. We got a tyre on. Goodness gracious me, he's out the pits now. Toy Coin coming to the pits. Where is he going to? And that is beautiful, isn't it, there for Toy Coin? Of course, Toy Coin, who has got 1 win in the feature race, and he'll look to get a 2nd win here tonight. Looking strong at the moment there is Toy Coin, and he's also got an incredible amount of circuit there to come out in as well. Then, so lovely stuff indeed. So now the soft runners head of Luke and Farfan are going to have to really start to get their toes down now. But of course, remember the tyre blankets is going to be crucial now because there's no tyre blankets in Formula 2, and of course, so the soft runners are going to be more happier with that than the medium runners are. We're keeping on that gap between Toycoin and Farr. We're also keeping on the gap between Troy and Nosey, who is now a 1-2 for the Carling team out there as well. Storm, a bad bet at the moment. What a name, Tango's saying. Have you got it as bad as well, Tango? It's certainly battering me old flat at the moment. Goodness gracious me. To be honest, though, yeah, so I'm not going to say anything else, actually. Let's carry on with the race, shall we? Let's keep it PG, Sean. I've just got a couple more laps to go. But so Troy into the pits, well, slow down to 60 kilometers an hour. He has done indeed then. And Troy then into the pits now. Nosey might be able to, they might be able to double stack then. I doubt they will, to be honest. Formula 2 is one mechanic per tyre. And so I don't think double stack it is very much a viable option unless you're a lot further back than 16 seconds there. Nosey is going to take the lead in this race there, which I must say it is looking very challenging for those in the opening stages. And same with German as well, who's now up into second position. I wonder if Nosey and German's doing a bit of goal hanging. God, German up the inside there. No, not quite. Down in turn one, Toycoin is out already. Where's Troy then? And where's Farr? But look at the gap then. It's incredible, isn't it? The gap between how what Toycoin's done in this one. Siggins might have set the fast out the race. And there is Troy, and here comes Moomin as well then, and he is flying into turn one, and he's almost got into the back there. I think he was mesmerised there by Troy's Carling, and now Luke is going to take advantage and gets past Moomin there. A mistake there for Moomin, unfortunately, and he has lost that position. And now we've got R2B also trying to get past Moomin as well. Look at that through Curva Grande. Oh gosh, keep yourselves a bit further back than that, guys. Give yourself a bit of a distance. Lovely shot here from Luke's rear wing there, but R2B with no penalties on soft tyres as well. Then he needs to get past Luke quite quickly here if he wants to make the soft tyres really pay off. Jinner 3-second penalty, unfortunately for Jinner. A lot of these penalties tonight have very much been, and look at the understeer on that car of the Dams, and that's going to really hurt him. But Moomin can't capitalise either. In 8th position, Cameron 9 as much. In 10th position, Vesser just outside the points in 11th. Everyone has pitted now, apart from German and Nosey. Vesser, unbeknownst to me, dropping down the order as well, unfortunately. Gap, but half a second far was taken out of Toycoin, and 10 out of 15 here. Then remember the alternative strategy, which is use the medium to the softs, have paid. I've been paid a better, been much better, haven't they, than the traditional strategy of the soft to the medium tyre. Unfortunately, Nosey has become the latest victim with a pit lane speed limit infraction there, which Farfan set the fast up the race. And Toycoin leads with Farfan second. Third position is Troy. Fourth is this battle here between R2B and Luke. Or is it now Luke and R2B? It is one or the other. Whatever the case is, and it is R2B now up into fourth position. Passes Luke. And R2B there looking up the inside front tyre, and Jenna then getting through as well. The cars and reflections there. Car 1 then of the MP Motorsport now up into 12th position then. Of course, car 1 for MP Motorsport. Reason why is because Felipe Drugovich there, world Formula 2 champion from 2022. The Aston Martin test driver or reserve driver now then. But some people may argue that he may do a better job than Lance Stroll, who's had an appalling second half of the season, hasn't he? To say the least. I'd like to see Felipe Drugovich in the car personally. Whether that's Williams or Aston Martin, I do not mind, but I do think that having the F2 champion in Formula 1 is quite important, I would say. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'd love to see Andretti in Formula 1 then, because there's more seats there. Albeit, I have a feeling that they might not be promoted for F2, might be thinking more about some of the drivers from IndyCar. Looking at Sickers, Camaro and Vessier here. Very tight between these three drivers. Look at the slipstream already down the back straight. It's been very much a slipstream fest and a DRS fest this one out tonight there. Incredible race this has been, and Toycoin, the gap is now down to 7.7 seconds. But Farfan doing an undercut on Troy has got a beautiful advantage now, and he's up to second then. But for Troy again, got fast as that, but there's a huge smash between Vessier and Camaro, and my goodness me, and that is a blow for both drivers. It's a VSC, and Camaro and Vessier. That's oh dear. Well, we was on board, wasn't we? There was something going on the back end of Camaro's car, wasn't it there? And I'm wondering, Camaro collected I think he might have had an oversteer, might have collected them with Vesser on the outside, potentially, and unfortunately Vesser in the wrong place at the wrong time. That was what maybe, potentially, I'm not sure. However, both drivers then, unfortunately, DRS now enabled then is a camera in the pits, but unfortunately both drivers are not going to get any points now, as R2 Beat is fighting with Luke here, and who's that in the middle? Oh my goodness gracious me, that's Moomin up into sixth position there, and Moomin there very much said striking whilst the iron's hot there. Moomin now into fifth there, and I'm wondering if some drivers just very much is on the throttle much quicker than others in terms of Vescher has left the session then. His car is still circulating, but Vescher out of the Grand Prix, out of this race. Sick as Muck now up into sixth position then. Sick as Muck is in the PHM then, which I've got to get used to saying now because I've been saying Charus all season. On board once again with the Bert Charosa then, Reflection and Kaz fighting for that final point now, and Newman is wiggling the car once again. And one of the soft tyres have gone off already then, or R2B is really struggling. And remember, tyre wear was not ideal for R2B in the sprint either, was it? So I wonder if he's having the same issues once again here. Sick as Muck then is all over the back of Luke, and going side by side down into turn one here. We've also got Moomin and RTB as well. Moomin up into fourth, and great driving from Moomin today there. Great drive from Sick as Muck. A great recovery drive from Sick as Muck, I gotta say. Sick as Muck then after it was involved in after he got a bit of a spin, didn't he? A bit of a punch, didn't he, in turn one. It's a great recovery from Sick as Muck to get himself back up into sixth. No penalties even for Sick as Muck either at this moment in time, which could promote him up to his highest fifth. Good stuff. R2B very much stamping on the brakes there. Luke down into seventh position now in the high-tech car. So Luke then just struggling. He's just falling down the order at this stage, it seems. And lap 13 out of 15 in this race. We just got 3 more laps to go in this one. 3 more laps then of ALR in October before we shut down for Halloween. And as we start to go, I mean, does everyone still go trick or treat? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Well, whatever I'll be doing, it will certainly be watching the United States Grand Prix and the Mexican Grand Prix. Is it Mexico? No, it is Mexico. It's not the United States. I think, but goodness gracious me. Whatever the case may be, I'll be sitting down with coverage, I would say. Warming up probably get me a hot water bottle out. It's just going to be a bitter month in October. However, I've also heard, though, that it potentially may be... it potentially may be a bit of a heat wave as well, but I'm not sure if I buy that or not. To be honest, you just don't really like a heat wave anyway, do they, at the best of times? But I think we've had a much of a summer on the outside goes R2B. Is he going to slow that car down? He is. That's a cracking maneuver there from R2B. I love that. Fantastic. Really good stuff indeed there. On the outside, passes moving back up into fourth position there. Luke has still got Sick as Muck behind him there. Well, still, they swap position there. Vintage is all over the back of Kaz. Kaidal goes. Kaz and Reflections there, who are having a good old scrap for his final points and paying positions of the race. Then on board with Reflections then, who's got 8 seconds penalty. A lot of these drivers have the 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane. It's going to cost them, I think. Then German's going to be on the fringes of points now for the PHM team there, which they'll be very happy with, and also. Martin may also be able to get in some points after a shocker of an opening lap, a shocker of an open corner, I should say, for Martin. But he might be able to salvage some points. So hats off to Martin. Good stuff indeed there. That's very much keeping it in the white lines there and staying out of trouble. That's great to see. Gap for the front is now 8.5 seconds there from Farp in second. Farp is starting to struggle now, and Troy is now starting to reel him in then with just one lap remaining in this one. Out of the final turn, and Movement, who's got a 5-second penalty then, and that 5-second penalty is going to demote him all the way down to 8th position. You know, Serious Mushroom will be up into 6th position. Sick as Muck will be up into 5th position. That's a good stuff indeed there. As out of the pits was I'm not sure, who was that coming out of the pits? I think it was probably one of the cars a bit further down. I think it was Vester's car actually, wasn't it? Serious Mushroom's got a 3-second penalty. Movement still got 5th still at fourth position now as Archie beats him, moving, getting very close, getting a bit too close for comfort there as they go through Curva Grande here, and Moomin there and Archie beat are fighting for all the marbles here, albeit then Moomin does have a 5-second penalty coming his way, unfortunately, along with Luke, along with Gina Reflections, Nosy, Kaz, Kaidal, so those drivers are all the drivers, and unfortunately got a speed infringement for going into the pit a bit too hot there. Here is Toy Coin then going for his fourth race win of his career in Formula 2, going for his second race win of his feature career, and here he comes in the Michele Alboreto curve then for the 15th and final time. And Toy Coin, what a masterclass in racing here tonight. He wins his second feature race of his career. Luke out of the race, and where's he gone? He's gone off there, and that is a big crash there for Luke, and out of the race, and no points for himself or the high-tech team there. Farfair just manages to keep in front of Troy, who gets third in the end as well then. But goodness me, Luke out of the race then in the latter stage then. Knowles might be able to get some points as well. Moomin got a 5-second penalty, and look at this then as German now 8th not finished then. Knowles off the circuit, and now Reflection is through as well, and there's Cass as well. Martin is going to be saying come on, fight harder, because he wants that point in the background. Look at those three coming through, my goodness me. Wow, and then Martin did get that final point in 10th position as well. Well, what an end to qualifying that was there. Luke out of the race then, Vesher out of the race as well, Camaro coming through to finish in 18th position there, but it's Toy Coin's fourth race win of his career, his second race win of the his feature race career as well, and that was very action-packed indeed. And a lot of drivers went through, had a lot of speed in the pit lane infringements, which I think cost a lot of drivers major positions as well. But RTB then we happy with his fourth position. So Troy in third position there. Farf, brilliant weekend, and may even get driver of the day, unfortunately. Unfortunately, as much as we begrudgingly hate to say it, but I think Farf may have been the cream of the crop in Formula 2 tonight, with a win in the sprint and a second in the feature. Good stuff indeed. And let's take a final look at the classification and from the feature race here in Italy. And goodness me, I've only been live for an hour. Good gosh, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be celebrating by going to bed. Then, fantastic. But however, before I do that, we got to quickly go through the results, go through the old interviews, and then I can settle down for my 2-week break. Then, hopefully get some sweeties as well. Final classification from the feature. Toy Coin, brilliant drive today. Then his fourth race win of the season, his second race win of the feature race. Farfair, probably driver of the weekend for me then. Brilliant stuff there, winning the sprint and a great race in the feature as well. Troy in third position, and also fast up as well for Troy. So even though no win for Troy this event now, he is going to be very happy with the amount of points he has accumulated. Fourth is R2B, Sick as Muck in fifth, great drive from Sick as Muck. Serious Mushroom sixth, seventh is Moomin, eighth German, ninth Jenna, and Martin never give up in 10th position. A great stuff for Martin, as he was certainly in Milan by the end of turn 1 there. He was flying off the circuit. Vintage 11th, Kaz in 12th, Knowlesy 13th, Reflections 14th, Smith 15th, Kaidal 16th, Camera 17th, 2 retirements, and Vesser and Luke out of the feature race here in Monza. And Farf, the king of the interviews that is in the box today. And Farf, let's rewind back to the sprint race, shall we? A great race for you there, of course. You had an electric start off the grid in the sprint. Talk us about that.
She's got a better start than Cadell. Thought, oh, I'm going for the inside. And there you go, it paid off. Troy was catching me though.
He certainly was, but was you concerned by that then? Because Troy, of course, a man who's won a lot of races over his career. So was you concerned about Troy hunting you down there in both races, to be honest? Not just the sprint, but the feature as well.
The sprint race, I had the 3-second gap. I had a cushy little gap. So even if he caught me a little bit, I still had the gap to defend myself. Sprint race, he was just up my arse.
Good heavens. But you love these Formula 2 machineries. You seem to, it's been like a duck to water for you. You've absolutely flown in these Formula 2 machines. And what is it that you enjoy about these Formula 2 machines? Or am I signing you a bit short because you do seem to do very well in silver as well?
I don't know. It's two peas in a pod, and it just clicked.
And of course, what is your aim then for the remainder of this Formula 2 season? We've got a 2 week break now. We have about 4 races to go. How are you? What are you targeting for the remainder of the season in Formula 2?
Keep going up.
I like it. Fantastic stuff. Well done today, Farf. Brilliant job with first and second as well. My personal driver of the day. Fantastic. Troy, a great result in the feature race and in the sprint. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling after that one? Are you disappointed about not getting the race win, or are you satisfied with those two results today?
I'm a bit disappointed, man. I don't know if I would have had the pace to get Coin or not. But yeah, there was like it was a fucking stupid dive bomb into turn one, or not even a dive bomb. I think he just outbraked himself or whatever. So I had to back out, and then I got a soft runner ahead of me, and then we were just held up for like half the race. In the main one, and then the sprint one was more or less the same, but Ford was in the lead instead. But the sprint race you can't really uh, complain too much about because you start in 10th or ninth or whatever. So it's to be expected, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It was okay, more or less. I'm not happy at all with some of the driving standards. It was a lot of like dive bombs left, right, and center, which kind of pissed me off. I can't lie, but results-wise, it was okay.
And in terms of, could you elaborate a bit more on the in the driving standards then? So when you say, was there a couple of, do you think that the dive bombs then like too far back then and it just compromised you? And do you have and what was you most annoyed about then? Just costing you time, was it?
Yeah, it cost me time, or it didn't only cost me time, it cost most of the grid time. And I mean, the guys dive bombing, they mostly like shot themselves in the foot anyways, because it just lost them time or kind of made them completely like cut corners and stuff, which isn't ideal. It's more frustrating that it's more or less the same guys every week. That's what's pissing me off. But yeah, I mean, it's only 4 rounds to go, so I just gotta try to clutch out the championship, I guess, without any issues.
But overall, though, I would say that that's a very good result today. How frustrating though was it that about that feature race as well, though, because you seen that Toy Cohen was just absolutely launching away, and you had a soft run in front of you. Did you feel what could you have done about that? Could you come to the pits earlier, or was your hands tied in the Formula Two format?
Uh, I mean, I could probably boxed or matched. I could have probably have matched fourth and boxed the same time as he done. To be fair, I think I would have catched fourth, or I was catching fourth. It was just that VSC. It ended in a really like dodgy situation for me, right like at the chicane. So I lost like over a second to him, or more or less a second. So yeah, with like one more lap extra or whatever, I would have been within that second with the DRS and everything, and could have played out differently. But then at the end of the day, I don't really care if it's P2 or P3, man. To be honest, if it's not the win, it's I'm not happy enough, to be honest.
And that's the kind of competitor I love to hear. Well done today, Troy. But you still lead the championship, and I think that is the main point going into. Where are we next? Japan, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out next time we're on air. Thank you very much to Troy. Thank you very much to Far. Well done to Toy Coin as well, who picked up his fourth race win the season. And I don't. Serious Russia. Was I not watching? Sometimes I was hiding behind my pillow. It was like Halloween's come early. That is going to be it for ALR in October. We have now got a 2 week break then, which means that, well, you can put your feet up for a bit then. We are back in action then in the land of the rising sun in Japan. can for Formula One. Then gold, silver, and bronze. Then is looking quite difficult for the runners and riders behind at the moment. Then of course Percy is leading the way, isn't there? He didn't race, I don't think, in Singapore, so the gap has narrowed down, hasn't it? There, another impressive win there for Brabant, has extended his lead in silver. And at bronze last night, Vester got a win then, which has reeled in New Potato ever so slightly, but New Potato is still hanging on in there, and TK also in that battle as well. All action, all drama in Formula 2. It is very much Troy's mission then to get the Formula 2 crown, but Toy Coin is certainly keeping him honest then. Join us in 2 weeks and we'll be back in action. We'll be back in action then for the Japanese Grand Prix for Formula 1 and Formula 2, I think. Goodbye. Happy Halloween.